Hey guys, welcome back to my playthrough of Alan Wake 2. When we last left off, we were trying to navigate the subways and we just got chased by a weird, big, invisible monster. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's scary. Alright, this looks like the Mines of Moria from Lord of the Rings. Like, how far can I go into the darkness? I wonder. No! Yeah, we can't go there. It'll probably kill us.
I had found the murder site. Somehow the victim's heart was the key.
Investigate the murder site. Yeah, this is the same murder site from when we played as FBI agent in the park. The hell does this say? It's the writer of the first word, not writer of the last. With the terror of the lights in the shadow cast, the third eye now open to project. Wow, this is really difficult to read because of the way it is. The way it's like up against the rocky wall. Alright, so we need to investigate this thing. His heart is right there, just chilling. Yeah, let's pick it up. Play with it. What?
Something had shifted. I felt an overwhelming closeness to home.
There she is.
An FBI agent? Who are you?
What is this? Who are you?
She can hear me.
I'm Saga Anderson, FBI.
This is Alan Wake. I'm trapped here. The dark place. Under Cauldron Lake.
Cauldron Lake. Who are you?
I'm trying to escape. I'm making progress, but I'm in danger. The dark presence. Help me. Please, help me. I could sense it. I was closer to home. Had the woman in the vision helped me somehow? Something had changed. Outside. Parliament Tower. Where I had lived with Alice. It was out there. Waiting for me.
End of part. What a good way to begin a video. I just played the end of a part, and that makes sense. Alright, and I upload these videos very far in between, so I'm gonna forget the controls and how to play. So every time I do a video of this, I have to relearn everything. But I want this to be the first video series that I actually complete, because if you go on my channel and look, I always begin a series but I never finish them. Oh, it's Casey.
The air, a meaning, the violent emotion of the act, like a cloud of wrath, the dead eyes of the victim staring at something you
He's behind me now.
see, and yet making you aware of it. Something that's soaked into this place on a molecular level.
Crazy Casey. Now we're back here. If I remember correctly, these yellow arrows lead to treasure or a hidden Easter egg. Can I pick that up? Hey, Alan, do you want to pick that up? No, don't dodge. It's not gonna hurt you. It's a box of bullets. There you go. I just have to be in the right position to press A. There we go. We got that one a little bit easier. All right. There was an up arrow on the train car, right? Yeah, right there. All right. What is it pointing to? It's not really pointing to anything. Okay. Well, nothing I can really do about that. Well, it probably is something, I just can't figure it out. Alright. Can I go in the train car? No. You would think I would be able to jump down, but that is not the case. Okay, so maybe I climb on top. That's what the arrows are indicating, no? Well, Jesus, what do I do? Yeah, this has always been my problem with this game. I can't figure out what to do half the time. But we'll get there. We're learning. Can't go on the track. Well, there's a door. Well, that's where I came from.
The station had changed. I was closer now.
No, this is where I go. So we can use our light to activate this and change the area, but let's explore a little bit before we do that.
Parliament Tower. Our home in New York.
Yeah, so I'm guessing we need to go...
Home?
I'm guessing we need to go inside the tower.
Would I be home? Or was this just an echo of the real thing? Even then, the murder site had brought me one step closer to escape.
Well, what happens if I do this? I take it. Everything changes. Everything's blocked off again. Okay, but we don't need to go back. That's fine. At least we get that extra light. Could possibly use it in a different spot. I probably have to go in the tower. That's seemingly what it wants us to do. The phone's ringing again. We should probably answer it.
The payphone at the edge of the plaza was ringing again.
Hey, Alan. Thank God he picked up. I thought I lost you again.
Who are you? Why are you helping me?
Did you go deeper? To the overlap?
Are you talking about the murder site? Yeah, I did. I...
That's fantastic, Alan. We're closer to getting out. We're making progress.
Well, we would be if you would answer my damn questions.
Last time we spoke, you were pretty worried about Alice. Did you ever check Parliament Tower? To make sure she really got out of the dark place?
Well, of course she got out. That's why I'm here. That's the whole goddamn point.
Be very careful, Alan. The dark presence is stealing from you. It can already manifest as your double. Scratch will come.
Wait, hello?
Wait, did my flashlight disappear? Where'd it go? No, I don't want to use the power. There we go. This game is beautiful. I think this is one of the best looking games I've ever played. Alright, so let's go to Parliament Tower. Oh, those weird little ghosts are back. Well, I don't think I can get in there, can I? Yeah, I can't go in there. How do they all know my name? Well, this is probably how we get into the tower. Well, no, this is where the police car is. Okay, so I already tried going in those stores. We can't do that. We can use this. I'm not a fan of Alan Wake's part of the game because I don't like having to use the dumb lights and change the environments. It just adds too much confusion to the game. And it's just not necessary. I mean, I know a lot of people may like it, but I prefer a linear path and I just blow away monsters and do like puzzles here and there. Okay, so I did the right thing because now the door to the apartments is here. Oh yeah, these things I need to look at it at a specific angle. It'll show us what to do. Maybe I did it wrong. It's supposed to be here.
Writer. Maybe he was a victim. The cult, using his words. Or maybe he was the monster behind it all. Either way, Alice Wake, his ex, she knew things. It was there in her art for all to see. A cry for help. The darkness she'd witnessed. And that put her in danger.
Was Alice here? In the story?
Alice Wake. So that is our ex-girlfriend or ex-wife. I wonder why they are no longer together. Maybe we'll find out more about that. I mean, he did disappear, so it's understandable she got remarried. You know how it goes. Whoa. So that jump scare actually got me. Haunting Initiation 3. Okay, this looks like a
Set to go off when the door opens.
photo studio. I wonder why would it be triggered to go off when the door opens? Strange. Oh!
Alice!
What the freak?
Alice!
And we're getting premonitions of what happened before. That sounded pretty violent. Pick photos for exhibition poster. Okay. What is this? We got me. I think this is
It's a photo of Scratch.
that's Alan Wake right
How
there.
did Alice get this? Was he stalking her?
It's crazy. They changed the color on the recording again. Like, I just don't know why the capture card just doesn't do well with this game. I remember I had to configure it last time, and I changed games. I got to put it back to the original, but my capture card captures the game in a lot of red, I've noticed. You adjust this. It's always the contrast, no? The hue. Yeah, the hue is what messes up in this game. You just gotta adjust it and kind of make sure that it's not too red. There we go. Now it looks pretty normal. So it sounded like Alice, jumps out the window. Probably have to go into the next room.
This is the door to my study, where I wrote my books.
Oh, this is where we wrote our
Someone wasn't here
books.
before.
Man, this is a nice apartment. Gee whiz, this thing probably costing $4,000 a month. I've always wanted to live in a big high-rise apartment like this. What's that? Part 1? Microchip?
This is memory card.
All right. I'm guessing we need to use a memory card on the picture. I mean, not the picture, the camera. Or we can use it right here.
When I was younger, photography was everything to me. I moved to New York thinking I'd make it as an artist. And then I met Alan. We had a good thing. We were both dedicated by our creative ambitions. The only difference was that Alan's work made money. He brought me work when he could. I took his promo shots, created covers for his books. I'm sure he forced his publisher into it. I was taking photos, just not my photos. And that gnawed at me. Things got complicated sometimes, but that's life, right? We loved each other. Then Alan hit a block. I brought out a meaner side of him. One I didn't like. I set up a trip to see a doctor in Washington. I didn't tell him until we got there. We argued. Things went wrong. And he was just gone. Drowned, allegedly. It's easy for people to think it was my fault. Hell, I do too sometimes. About 6 years ago, I started hearing noises in the night. Typewriter keys clacking. Voices. Alan was back. Haunting me. Then it got violent. It was Alan. And yet, it was a monster. He always did have anger in him. I set up cameras around the apartment with motion sensors and flashes. Now, when the monster comes, I turn it into art. My nightmares caught on film. And this is the focus of my new exhibition. To show people the world is so much darker than they ever knew. I'm calling this exhibit The Dark Place.
Alice. Scratch was terrorizing her. Why?
The Dark Place, the art of Alice Wake. Look, that's me when I came out of the elevator. So what I got from that is we drowned in a lake. Then his wife went to go Sleep with a doctor in Washington. Okay. I mean, if my wife went to Washington to see a doctor, I'd be pretty pissed too. Oh, hell no. What's this? A video art doc on screens, focal point of the dark place. So what I'm getting from this is we're currently in a different dimension, but we're able to slightly communicate with the other dimension, and they get like visions and flashbacks and you know, premonitions, whatever you want to call it. Pretty interesting.
The door wouldn't budge.
Yep. Wonder what happened to Alice.
I sat in the writer's room and wrote a story. Initiation. To project myself through the dark place, to look for a way out. The story had brought me here, brought me nowhere. Looped me back. I was writing the story. And in the story, I now stepped into the writer's room. But there was no one here writing it.
End of part? That was a short part.
Okay, let's recap what you've told us so far, Ellen. For the past 13 years, you've been trapped in a nightmare dimension called the Dark Place.
Yeah.
It's like New York, but it's not New York. And can be reached from the bottom of Cauldron Lake, but it's not really under the lake. And after all this time, you've managed to get out.
Yeah.
But so has your evil doppelganger. Mr. Scratch? Or is it the Dark Presence?
Both. It's interchangeable. He's Scratch when he looks like me, but he can change into this other form.
And Scratch, the Dark Presence, wants to rewrite the world in his own image.
Which would be in your image, as he looks just like you.
And turn the world into a fucking nightmare.
During Deerfest, which is scheduled to take place in a couple of days. You got out of the Dark Place by writing a novel, the pages we've been finding. But your double edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people, making them crazy, bringing the Dark Place to Bright Falls.
Yes, fiction coming in contact with the Dark Place can change reality. The story is coming true, soaking into everything, like darkness when night falls. But last time
This will be back in 2010.
Yes, last time it didn't happen all at once. The story came true bit by bit as it unfolded. And that dark presence was still bound to the lake. I stopped it before it got the ending it wanted. Before it broke free. Based on that, there's still time.
Which brings us to your magical light switch.
The clicker. Magical doesn't quite cover it. Scratch wants it to bring about his ending. That can't happen. If I can get the clicker, I can send him back to the dark place, make all this shit go away. Look, I know it's batshit crazy. My memory is full of holes, and I'm not sure how much I can trust. It's like a half-forgotten dream.
Mr. Wake. Alan. We've seen our share of batshit crazy in the past 24 hours. What I want to know is, why am I? Why are we written into the story?
I think I saw you. Or a vision of you in the dark place. I think you helped me reach out and escape somehow. With that in the story, Scratch would have edited it to get to you. To hurt you. We are all in danger.
In the dark, miles apart, made a promise that I'm coming out alive. Raging heart, went too far. I will never lose myself again, oh I was calling you, did you hear me? I lost my way, lost my way.